thank you gift for a couple of really awesome members on my search and rescue team that I recruited to do a training, a big survival training for our whole team. And what I came up with was this. All right. This is a little toggle that you can put right onto your backpack. Just use like a little lark's head knot. Consists of USD paratinder, which has that regular parachute cord, but that red inner lining is nice and flammable. So you always have a little source of tinder right there. And it has these little ferro rod toggles. And I picked these up off of Amazon. It was about $8 for a pack of 6. And a carbon steel hacksaw blade. That's right there at the end. So we're going to go out in the woods later and I'll show you how these work. But basically, you slide the toggle down. And I have the hacksaw blade right here. And a little bit of a spark. Again, it's not a gigantic ferro rod, but last ditch survival item. It's kind of nice to have. First step is I'm going to measure out 12 inches of the paratinder, thereabouts. And we're going to go ahead and melt the ends right away. Again, make sure when you're melting, because this is it does have that flammable core, that you're not going to set your garage on fire. You see how well it's actually melting right now. Blow it out, and because you have to go through this little hole there on the toggle. Want to make sure that when you're melting, that you're kind of making a nice pointed end there. Do the other end too. What we're going to do, we're going to break this hacksaw blade. And again, for this part, you should be wearing safety glasses, which I am. And you're just gonna, I've got it marked at 1.5 inches long. I'm just gonna insert it into my vise and bend. And that gives you a pretty nice little piece. We're gonna do that again. Okay, lock in the vise, and I'm just going to snap down. You're going to want a hole in the hacksaw blade to hold it on to the paracord. When you have the end of the hacksaw blade, again, it already has a hole in it, so you're not going to have to drill one. But for these little pieces in the middle, you're going to have to. Alright, so when I'm drilling these, I just use a punch, hit it a couple times, and that way my drill bit doesn't wander too much. Grab hold of it with the pliers. Don't hold it with your fingers, and drill. Alright, so that's a 3/16 bit, I'm pretty sure. And pretty clean hole. We may actually we're going to clean this up with the Dremel a little bit anyways. But that's big enough for the parachute cord to easily get through and for it to slide around. Alright, now we're going to take the sharp edges off the top here, just in case when somebody attaches it to their pack, we don't want it to get all cut up. And clean up some of the burrs. Again, safety glasses. Alright, that's pretty good. Make sure you flip over your striker here. And do the other side too. Alright, and now it's time to just assemble our cool little device that we made. So first take your striker, put that in through your paracord, and then put one end the first side of the toggle. This is actually probably the most challenging part, especially if you didn't get your ends pointed just enough. Alright, and bring your ends together at the end. Just do an overhand knot. Alright, and there you go. Finished product. Hey, look at that. Made in USA. Perfect. And I hope the guys will really like these. So just to show how you can use this little survival dangle that I made, I've got it attached to my SAR radio harness. So just right there. You can attach that to a backpack as well. Now I do find it's a little bit easier to put a little bit of cordage inside these drilled ferro rods. They're so small, it'll help you hold on to them. When I do, I brace my thumb up against it, and I get a pretty good spark that way. To get the fire starting cord out, the 550, just pull it right out. And I usually find it catches a spark better if you kind of get it all pulled apart, mangle it up a little bit.